Good morning, everybody. Yes, indeed, I am back. Today's going to be a quick and early drop. I'm going to give you guys a quick little breakdown on what my program has to offer. But before I go and do that, remember to hit the like and subscribe button, put your notification bell and all, share this channel. That way we could get it up to 10,000 subscribers. Once we hit that 10,000 mark, that goal that I set for myself, we'll start doing lives, people. And you guys already know this channel right here is a fitness channel with a twist. And what I mean by that is I will always start off talking about fitness, nutrition, or overall health, because this is something that I worked on myself, my self improvement, mind, physically and spiritually. You know what I mean? I've overcame so many obstacles throughout my life coming up, people, and I know how to assist others in getting over their struggles in life. Why? Because I've been through a lot. Trust and believe. Look into my background, look into my story. I'm High Power Fitness, high_power_fitness_. And you could check out my story from when I first started on my fitness journey. I went from fat to fit to rip. Let me get a little closer here, a little far away from my camera. And then my vision's not as good as it used to be. And that's because I had neglected my body for many years, so now this is one of the things that I suffer with. It is what it is, but it's preventable, people. Vitamin D is very good for the body, and it assists in your vision, because that's why you always see me out here with no shirt in the sun, because a lot of people they have this fear of skin cancer, but all you need is a good, half hour, 45 minutes in the sun, direct sun, and you'll get a lot of vitamin D, more than you would get from food, because vitamin D is one of the supplements that I would recommend for you to take, because to get it through the food, you would have to eat large amounts, really large amounts. So, look for a good vitamin D, and look at the ingredients that's added to it as well, because a lot of these a lot of these vitamins out there contain maltodextrin, and maltodextrin isn't really good for the body, people. It's a synthetic sugar. It does more harm to the body than it does good. But anyways, people, like I said, with that being said, I'm gonna give you guys a quick breakdown on my channel, on my program. But I do gotta give a shout out to my channel members. I haven't forgotten about you guys, man. You guys are at the top of my list, straight up. My day oneers, man. Like I said, eventually I'm gonna start looking into getting me some moderators, because we're getting pretty close to that 10,000 mark. We're gonna reach that goal line. And that's one thing you gotta be aware of too. I do ramble on a lot. So, later on today, I'll probably drop another video about all the drama that's been going on with other content creators, and I need to express myself on that too, because I see some of these content creators, the trollos get to them. I see it, you know what I mean? Because you got to keep in mind, I'm a person in the audience, sitting in the audience, and I could see the change in their mood and the way they react. They may not notice it, and they may not admit to it, because they have an image that they've created for their public eye. But when you sit in the audience and sit in silence, you observe things like that, and you notice things like that. So maybe I'll elaborate on that later. But anyways, people, first and foremost, man, this is what happens when you reach out to me. You reach out to me, whether it be through Instagram, High Power Fitness, high_power_fitness_, or you could email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. When you send me that message, make sure that you put something in there involving fitness, weight loss. That way I know what you're messaging me for, because trust, I get a lot of people that try to open up a gateway to communicate with me just to chop it up. And I'm cool with that, but that's what the lives are going to be for. I'm not going to sit here all day chopping it up back and forth. You know what I mean? Even though I enjoy it. Now, if you're signed up to my team, hey, by all means, reach out to me at any given time of the day. That's what I'm here for. Every last one of my team members. Guaranteed. So anyways, you reach out to me, we'll get on the phone. Whether you want to do it through Instagram, I could call you through Instagram or call you direct. I'll call you with my direct number, and we'll get on there and chop it up. We'll go over your fitness goals and where you want to be at and where you're currently at, because you got to keep in mind, people, when you start your fitness journey, in order for me to help you reach the levels that you want to reach, I need to have a better understanding of your lifestyle. I need to know how active you are, how stressful your job is, how strenuous your job is, whether you sit behind a desk, whether you do a lot of walking. You could be a mailman. You could be in the military still. You know what I mean? I got to be able to put together your nutrition that's going to dial you in for your lifestyle, because you got to keep in mind every person's lifestyle is going to be different. Just because you work with an individual at work and you do the same performance, you don't know what that individual does after work. He may be into sports and some other things with his kids or something, or grandchildren, and it's going to require a lot more energy. So I need to adjust your macronutrients, your carbs, fats, and proteins according to your lifestyle. And that's where I come in as a coach. And the reason is because I understand this stuff to the science. It's gotten me to where I'm at today. I'm almost 55 years old, people, and I'm in the best shape of my life. I could pull up to any gym and come out my shirt and look proper. You know what I mean? Especially the age that I'm at. I'm not trying to toot my horn or anything, but I remember growing up back when I was younger, there was a lot more people into the health and fitness compared to there is now. A lot of people nowadays. I mean, there's still a good amount, but there's a lot more obese nowadays than there is people that are in health. You know what I mean? And that's one thing with my program as well. My program is optional when you sign up. You could just sign up just to lose weight. You could sign up just to get healthy again. You could sign up and lose weight and build muscle. It all depends what you want. This is your fitness journey. It's not anyone else's decision to decide, So that's one thing I need to recommend too. When you decide to make that change, don't go ask your significant other for permission. I'm gonna fucking be straight up with you. Your significant other's gonna tell you exactly what you want to hear and not what you need to hear. She's gonna be, oh baby, you look fine. You don't need to do that. Get whoop de whoop de whoop. Can you send me down to get a manicure, a pedicure? Can we go over here on vacation? Hey, all that costs feria. But now at the end of the day, you need to think about this. What happens if you get sick because you neglected your health? Now you're not going to be able to provide for your lady and take her on those little fancy trips, or to them little restaurants, or we be clubbing and shit. You feel me? So this is something you really need to think about, people. Self-investment for yourself. You will benefit, and when you benefit, your family benefits. Why? Because they're going to have that breadwinner around a lot longer. Your time isn't going to be cut short. Why? Because you made one of the best investments in your life, and that's investing in your overall health. And once you invest in your overall health, you start mastering that mind. You get that mindset. You discover the mind, body, and spirit on the way your whole values of life work. It's very important, man. And once you reach that level, you'll understand what I say. It's a spiritual thing. And once you experience that spiritual reality, man, it's a good feeling. It's a great feeling. There's nothing in this world that you cannot conquer. You just keep on thriving to get better and better. But anyways, yes, I did ramble on a lot. So with my program, we hop on a phone call. We'll go over your fitness goals, and if you're interested in signing on, I will build you a customized workout plan, a daily workout plan tailored for your lifestyle. Every workout's gonna come with videos demonstrating exactly how to do that workout correctly, how to execute it, and it's gonna come with the amount of repetitions you're supposed to do and the amount of sets. Okay, so every set is gonna be required a different amount of repetition. And this plays an important role because it goes together with your weight loss and keeping you from looking like a melted candle. Okay, we will make adjustments as we go, because more than likely you may find a workout that you're not too comfortable with, and I'm not gonna just sock it to you and say, hey, well, fucking man up and just run it in. You know what I mean? Now, I want you to be comfortable in your fitness journey. That way you don't derail. That way there's no excuses, because like I've said in my past video, excuses is just fucking signs of weakness, people. You know, if this cat right here can do it, there's no excuse why you can't do it. So anyways, I build you your custom workout plan. It's a daily workout plan that I track on my personalized training app. Okay. After I do that, I build you your nutrition. Now you got to keep in mind, there's no food off limits on my program. Okay. I teach you about the macronutrient ratios that you're supposed to put into your body, that's required to fuel your body, because it's important to know that. A lot of people believe that, oh, now I'm gonna have to start buying these meal preps from these companies and they're very expensive. No, you could do this just with the basic foods that you have in your refrigerator today. Take a look in there. All your favorite foods in there. They're not excluded from my program. I will teach you how to eat them in the correct way. And what I mean by the correct way is the correct amounts. We divide everything up into carbs, fats, and proteins. And that's where you get your macronutrient breakdown. You need a ratio. It's a numbers game, people. And this is something that I've mastered throughout my fitness journey. I've been doing this for over a couple years now. So with that, I will dial in your nutrition. I will also track that on a daily to make sure that you're doing it correctly. If you don't hear from me, that means you're on point, because I'm watching. Trust and believe. The ones that hear from me all the time are the ones that are fucking up. Those are the ones that are trying to reinvent the wheel. When you sign up with me, I will always send you a few meals to get you started. That way you can get a feel for it, get your metabolism fired up, get you on point, get you a little taste of what it feels like to be on point. And then after that, we could start getting fancy. But like I said, when you get fancy, it's really a no-go, because fancy fails, in simple scales. So I would always recommend keeping it simple. After your 3 months is up, or whenever you decide to try to take it to that next level, I will assist you. Okay, I will guide you. But at the beginning, I'm going to highly recommend that you follow the nutrition that I build for you with the food that you have in your refrigerator. Okay, like I said, I'm just going to teach you on how to do it. Okay, and I would also highly recommend the meals that I provide for you to take those in, to build those meals. Those are on point. You will not miss. And it'll make it that much simpler in your fitness journey, because here's the thing. Once you start getting fucking froggy, and you get that fire under you, that warrior mentality, thinking that you got it all figured out, you're going to start building these fucking fancy ass creative meals. And then one day there's going to be a point in time where you're going to run out of time in the day, and now you're going to get discouraged because now you can't get that meal right. You're going to get frustrated. You're just going to fucking throw it out the door. Why? Because it's in our blood. It's in our nature just to say, fuck this. You know what I mean? We go off the deep end. And then that's where people tend to take the path of less resistance. And that's the wrong path to take. But like I said, with my program, I will teach you, provide you with the blueprint that will get you the results that you've been chasing after time. Guaranteed. In my 90-day program, you could lose up to 30 pounds of fat and build muscle. Once again, just a reminder, you don't have to build the muscle. If you want to just drop the weight, we can do that as well. And if you decide to sign on for a longer period of time, I will prorate the program as if you signed up for that long period time from the get-go, because I have a month-to-month, I have a 3-month program, and I have a 6-month program, and I have a 1-year program. At the end of the day, once you see them results, I'm telling you now, if you paid attention and you came into my classroom and sat down and learned, because all I could do as a teacher is hold that door open for you, to allow you to come in, to welcome you in. It's your job to sit down and learn. At that 3-month period, you will have the knowledge, the skills to apply this to your daily life. It's a win-win, people. You know what I mean? It's what you make of it. What you put into the program is what you're going to get out of it. If you half-step anything in life, you're going to get half-ass results. So anyways, people, with that being said, man, if you guys want to get started on that fitness journey, shoot me a DM, highpowerfitness, high_power_fitness_, or you could email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. Like I said in the past, I'm going to tell you today, motherfucking excuses are just signs of weakness. I had that shoulder surgery done, and it didn't stop me. It was a major shoulder surgery. The doctor was impressed with my recovery. I'm on the speedy recovery. Why? Because I wasn't accepting nothing less in my recovery. I wanted more. I was speeding this shit up. I wasn't going to throw in the towel. That's that warrior mentality. Now, anyways, with that being said, remember to hit the like and subscribe button, share this channel. Let's get it up to 10,000 subscribers. And later on, I will bring a little drama to the motherfucking YouTube yarda, people, because this is a fitness channel with a twist. Now get up and get yours. Let's do this.